I will never let them pay more than what I think is fair. And even if they pay, the $10 for, some sort of DLC here and $10 for DLC there, I'll always have a cap. If you ever hit that cap before you actually officially buy anything, you automatically unlock everything. I don't care if there's technically $500 worth of DLC, because if you pay $10 here and $20 or whatever, if you pay an X amount, then like the rest of that shit unlocks. But if you just want a little bit here and a little bit there, you get a little bit here and a little bit there.
I mean, I appreciate that.
Yeah, but if you exceed a certain amount, then I have to say to myself, you've paid your dues. You've paid what you want.
You know how many other people thought that way? Let me explain to somebody named Marcus Persson. I don't know if I'm saying his fucking name right, but you know who that is?
No.
There's a game, a game called...
Tell me.
I'm going to,
faster.
Motherfucker. Notch. I'm sure you've heard Notch.
Yes.
Yeah, him. I'm sure he thought the same way whenever he first started making Minecraft, but then he sold Minecraft to Microsoft, and they've just exploited it to the fact that they have Hot Topic. If you go into Hot Topic, I don't even know if that's a fucking store anymore. I sound so old right now. If you go into if you go into Hot Topic, you'll see fucking Minecraft, like, hoodies and shit like that. I'm sure he thought the same way as you are right now, Fred, but whenever somebody gives you a paycheck...
Hoodies are one thing.
No, but I'm saying they have they have everything you can imagine when it comes to Minecraft branding. I appreciate everything you're saying. But if Microsoft came and gave you millions of dollars and they could just shit all over your design, would you be like, sure?
No, I mean...
What do you mean no? I would say yes.
No, but listen to me. There's one thing if you've already sold your property and then they go,
we're
doing this thing, and you say, oh, okay, I have no choice. Like, I've sold my choices, basically. Like, you make all the choices.
I'm saying, would you actually sell your choice?
Yeah, I mean, there's probably
you
a certain
should.
point...
I'm telling you as an adult, you should do that.
There probably is a point where I'd say, like, okay, yeah, it's like being on Shark Tank. It's like, okay, this is either going to be nothing or it's going to be something, and you do that. But if I make something like Stardew Valley, this guy was one guy.
Yeah, and he's making a shitload on his own right now because he didn't have to deal with any publishers.
Exactly. Well, he did. Chucklefish published.
Oh, that's right. Fuck, I forgot. Yeah.
But he made out like a bandit. So if it came to the point where it actually ended up like, okay, you've made out like a bandit, and then somebody else comes along and goes like, okay, we want to give you some crazy other deal. I'll be like, you know what? I could literally live to the rest of my life as a rich person. Like, even if I overspend, I don't need that. If I'm going to just be fair about all this shit. And like, no, like you can't just like make everyone pay out the ass for everything. Like, what's the point?
I get it. Also, if you know me, you know I love motherfucking bubble baths. And if you told me I could sell an idea off and just take bubble baths the rest of my life and still make a shitload of money,
you sell the idea.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Right.
Are you kidding me?
But if you already had... Yeah.
But if I already had a shitload and I knew there was more coming in for me not having to do that much work, that's the goal, is to not really do anything work-wise and just be able to live. That's why I love Stardew Valley so much.
Okay.
Sorry.
Let's get on to the next.
Those last two topics. God. Damn. Those are good topics. Okay, I came up with this one just out of my ass.
Yeah.
What is your favorite game genre today in 2018? We can always talk about later or like video game genres growing up, but right now, to this day, on May 29th, 2018, what is your favorite video game genre?
This is a tough one.
You can only have one. There could be only one.
I could only have one. It's tough because, I mean, I know this isn't about the past, but like literally used to be fighting games and turned into like competitive first person shooters, and now, I mean, I enjoy the occasional battle royale, but like if you and I were just to jump online and play one game together, it might be a battle royale.
And it doesn't have to be like it doesn't have to be multiplayer. It could be just a single player game. Whatever fancies your fancy. Nope, that's not right. Whatever fancies your fanny. Is that your butt? Is a fanny a butt? A buttocks?
So, in some cultures, fanny is the female genitalia.
Oh, I did not realize that.
In some cultures.
Whatever fans your fanny.
Whatever fans your fanny. So, okay, you know what? Actually, I think I've landed on it. I think, at its base genre, platforming, still my favorite. Celeste.
Okay.
I'm really looking forward to Yoku's Island Express.
Celeste, I feel like that is a way of revolutionizing 2D platformers. It's such a simple way to do it too. Yeah. Very similar to Braid. So yeah, I completely agree with you. Sorry, I just totally interrupted and hijacked your thing.
No,
Yes,
it's fine.
2D platformers. Go ahead.
That's the thing. I don't want to necessarily say 2D platformers because Mario Odyssey, totally drew me back into like 3D, platforming games.
So just good platformers.
I mean, just a good platformer. I mean, the new Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze I want to play. Even though I might not pick it up right away, but like I'm really interested. I mean, it's hard to play everything. Again, like it's just literally there's so much right now. But a good 2D platformer is literally my kryptonite. Like I will
That's
play
good.
them. I will play them.
I respect the shit out of you for it because I love them too, but I'm just not dedicated enough. If I fuck up, I'm like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm done with this.
The only reason I think that I go back to them so often is because I literally have played thousands of hours of Mario. Yeah.
I get it.
Sonic and Earthworm Jim and like every Mega Man, like every platformer that's ever been made. But let's turn it over. What is your favorite game genre?
Okay.
Today,
by the way, I respect the shit out of it, and I can completely see that in you. And I hope that what I say, you will see that in me.
All right, let's hear it.
Because I've seen inside of you, and I want you to see inside of me.
I've seen the inside of you.
God damn! So much weird on tonight's episode. Did you just tell me not to say Left 4 Dead?
Yeah, please. No zombie games.
It's not Left 4 fucking Dead, you idiot.
Well, you've been playing State of Decay 5.
It's 2, and just go to our fucking Instagram. You'll see what I think about it.
Game Genius Cast.
Game Genius Cast. No. So something, and it doesn't have to be exactly this genre, but definitely something along these lines. And this is only in the last year. And I think I was telling my friend I was talking about this today with my buddy at work because I came up with this topic at work, and I was like, I think this would be a good thing to talk about. What do you think? And he goes, cool. And I told him what I think of, and I realized I think it's my age and where I'm going in life. But my favorite genres of games at the moment are simulation role-playing games. And when I say that, I mean things along the lines of Stardew Valley, of my time at Porsche, of Yonder the Cloud fucking People Chronicles. Like there's a lot like it. I mean, Harvest Moon, which I never got to really play, was what started this genre, but now it's becoming a lot more prevalent over the last, I think, couple of years, and there's more and more newer types of games in this genre. I guess this genre is a simulation role-playing game. And it's very laid back. It pretty much, I have enough stresses in my life. Right? I have enough to fucking stress out about. I do like a challenge at times, like those platformers, like God of War. Like I like a good story. I like things like that. I love it. But a story where I can kind of make my own, where there's not really an actual campaign, there's not an actual story. Right. It's like it's a loose story where you make your own time in that game, like Stardew Valley. That's what got me into this.
You want something where you're not necessarily going to always have to die and retry.
Exactly.
And lose
and that's a part of Stardew Valley if you think about it. And a lot of these games are not multiplayer, but they're starting to add more multiplayer aspects. I'll see if I like that or not. I might just like the single player aspects of these games. But the thing is, for me to come home, relax, put it on, I can play for 3 hours. I can play for like 30 minutes. That's the great thing about these games too. There's not a whole lot going on to where you're like, you can take your time. It's the complete opposite of that fucking shitty game Dead Rising, which is like, you have this amount of time to do these aspects of the game, and if you don't, you have to start way over again. Fuck you.
Right.
Let me just, I stress out enough at work, life, bills to pay, fucking
deadlines.
Deadlines. Try not to die on a daily basis. Like, I do enough of that outside. So I want to come home, relax, and play games like this. And I think these games are becoming so popular among people my age or older because they're in that mentality of like, look, I just want to chill. I just want to have a great looking world I can explore and just kind of do whatever the hell I want. And that's nice. I'm waiting for like a VR game like this where I can just step into it and it's like I'm in the fucking Oasis on Ready Player One. And that's how I feel about it. And I understand that this is not everybody's cup of tea. If you asked me a year ago, I would have been like, fuck you. But a guy at work was like, if you just want to sit down and relax, just have a glass of wine and chill out, just play this game. And I started playing Stardew Valley, and I've never turned back from this genre now. Also, Yeah, it being on the Switch is so much easier because I can just sit in my comfy chair and play it.
Right. I think that the Switch has kind of transformed that genre because it's turned into something that's like needs to be at your PC or needs to be at home on a console, or even just, it has to be, hopefully on the Nintendo DS or something like that. And it's turned into something that's like it's on a console that's on the go.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, so at work, at my job, I have a beer fridge, so maybe I'll have like a beer or two at lunch. But I'll just go sit on the couch, or we have these timeout rooms where I have recliners. I'll just go sit in one of those rooms by myself quietly and just turn on Stardew Valley on my Switch and play by myself because it takes me out of. It sounds bad. I'm not depressed. Like, I love the world. I love going out and doing things, hanging out with friends. That's me. But there's times where I like to be just alone with my own thoughts and my own like little situation, little simulation of a role-playing game, and I just want to see that and experience it. And the Switch allows you to do that with these games. Yeah, I agree completely. If Stardew Valley was not on the Switch, I probably wouldn't have played it so much. Interesting.
And I think, did you say interesting or did you say interesting?
Well, what I said was interesting, but I wanted to say interesting.
Oh, I see. So you wanted to say one, you said the other.
Right, correct.
Gotcha.
Do you think we should go to our next topic?
So do I.
Fuck you. Okay, our last and final topic right now.
E3 predictions.
Of whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah, instead of focusing on any one company now, I think we've covered all of the conferences that were announced.
And we have this week and next week, and then there's E3. So should we just, for the next 2 weeks, just have fun with it and be like, what do you want to fucking see or whatever the hell it is?
Third parties, or even not third parties, just
I want to see. I want us to come up with the craziest predictions you can think of.
Oh man, you
know what mine is right off the bat? Paul the Rapper 3.
Well, here's why I don't think we'll see Parappa the Rapper 3. So the guy, this is the thing.
He's fucking dead. The guy that made it's dead.
No, he's not dead.
Oh,
so there is a game that came out a while back that was called Guitaroo Man, Gitaroo Man, like Spider-Man, and
not
this
like
was
Spider-Man.
Literally one of my favorite rhythm games ever made. Super rare game. It was made by Koei or Koei, however you say that, and it was a great rhythm game, great music, and that guy teamed up with the dude from Parappa the Rapper, and you would think that would just be a powerhouse of developers, and they went on Kickstarter to try to fund a game called Rap Rabbit, and did not get funded, and I was greatly disappointed by that.
That's not good.
Yeah, there was some really good artwork for it, and it looked really promising, but the fact is that like rhythm games, I think, are just not like they're not there right now. Like,
all right, fine. Well, let me give you one more then. A new, which I used to have so much fun with them. If they did it right, it would be great. A new, I don't give a shit what franchise it is. It doesn't have to be Tony Hawk, but a new skateboarding game.
Okay, another. Let me just say, Ryan and I don't talk about these things ahead of time. It just so happens that I just know these things.
Is that a failed genre too? Did I fuck up twice?
No,
in a row.
Here's the thing. It's not a failed genre. So I was on Twitter, and it was literally today. Mike Bitchell, the same fucking dude who had a hand in General Jousting.
God damn it!
That we all know that Ryan does not like. Commented on a game that's in super early development by a dude who's just making games by himself. This guy is not even like on the radar, and he's making a Tony Hawk style like roller skating / skateboarding game where you actually also like shoot guns.
Okay.
Yeah. And the way that he did it was the video starts with him skating up a ramp. He jumps up like a half pipe. And then the time slows down like Max Payne style. Like time slows down, and then he shoots a dude, and then he lands and he keeps skating. And everyone's just like psyched for this. Everyone's like, what? Like, this is something I would buy.
Yeah, so that kind of reminds me of like Rest in Peace, Radical Heights meets Tony Hawk.
Well, if Radical Heights had pinned down some like really
well,
good,
remember
like,
they had the bike aspects, which is
yeah, they
cool.
had the bike, but like if they had pinned down some better bike mechanics and you could like wall ride and do tricks, that'd be great.
I like everything you're saying. Can you please link that to me or just send it to me?
I will. I liked it today, so I'll be able to go back and look at it. I don't think we'll see that at E3.